I'm just going to go brief with this. Previewing the 49ers versus Chargers preseason game. The players I'm going to be looking at, I think I'm looking a little less at Ronnie Bell because I think he really proved that he should make this team, and especially with the injury to Ray McLeod, I think that he's probably a lock to make the team. And mainly, I'm looking to see, is Trey Lance going to be on the team on Friday, and what does he show, especially with the news that just came out? I want to see how he bounces back because he has shown so far that he is incredibly resilient. One thing that people don't give Lance enough credit for is if you would have told me that Lance is coming off a broken ankle in surgery, I mean, you could have fooled me. Remember when Carr broke his leg and he was a completely different player? He would hear footsteps and everything. I think it also has to do with how they broke it, because Carr broke it in the pocket and Lance broke it running.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would like to see if Trey Lance is no longer on the team, what can Marcus Allen provide in that other spot? I mean, dude, I did it again. What can Brandon Allen provide in that third quarterback spot? And trying to think of who else. I think somebody on the backup offensive line has to show something. I think the Chargers have a pretty decent pass rush. And probably decent players. This is really, if Lance is not traded, Trey Lance, this is your opportunity to showcase your talent and improve your trade value if you want to get out of town, assuming that you're going to still be with the team. So, yeah, I mean, in a way, Lance is playing for his career because this could be the difference between him getting an opportunity somewhere and a team just sort of saying, yeah, you know what, I'll just hold on to my draft pick. Other than that, I mean, it's the final preseason game. There's going to be guys who are trying their best to make the roster, but it is an abundance of talent on the 49ers spectrum. So I'm going to try and give you as much time as you need to talk about the Raiders. But, I'm not looking for the 49ers to win this game. Unless Lance gets a whole half and he shows something similar to what he showed last week. Really, I just think that it's another opportunity for Lance to get reps and the backup offensive line for somebody to emerge. So, and another thing I'm looking for, can the defensive line improve? Is Javon Kinlaw going to play? I want to see Jair Brown continue to play well. And I want to see, like I said, Ambry Thomas, I want to see if he can continue to also, he's been improving. I want to see if he can keep it up because he's on the fringe about making the team. And yeah, and then there's got to be another linebacker who might be fighting for his way to make it on the roster or potentially in the starting spot to replace Azeez Al-Shaair. So, yeah, I don't know if any of the Chargers starters are going to play, but I think the 49ers starters might be playing for a drive. So look for Purdy again to command another highly efficient drive. And yeah, do you have anything that you're looking for, Mike, out of the Niners-Raiders preseason game?
You mean Niners-Chargers?
Yeah, Niners-Chargers, sorry.
You're good. Well, I mean, the player that I've probably noticed the most from these games has been Ambry Thomas. That's his last name?
Ambry Thomas, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. So I'm curious to see how he plays. I feel like he's played himself into a pretty sizable role, right? And then, yeah, I mean, I noticed, I'm forgetting his name, number 17 at wide receiver for you guys against the Raiders. But I think
number 10 was it Chris Conley?
I think
Or-
you're right. I think you're right. And the number 10, what's his name?
It was Garoppolo. Are you talking about Ronnie Bell?
Yeah. So I mean, specifically Ronnie Bell, like he's played himself into a role for sure, and I'm just curious to see how he plays in this game. Other than that, I personally don't have that much to look for, but I'm curious to see who makes the team, and I guess more specifically for me, who doesn't make the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, so
I'm
I
kind of
guess
looking. Go ahead.
no, my bad. I interrupted.
Well, I'm also looking at these final games as like, who makes their last effort or last big effort to make the team and who doesn't, and then additionally, who does make the team and who doesn't,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bell is 10. There's a couple other comments. Unfortunately, we're running out of time, so I don't know if I'll be able to get to all of the remaining comments. But I would like to give Mike enough time to talk about the Raiders versus Cowboys preseason game. Just to wrap up, I'm more interested in who's going to get cut. I'm more interested in the cuts than I am about this game. And if there is really any real interest, it's just another Lance showcase because I want to find out more about the kid.